So when I'm talking to somebody about creating a vision, I really want to set the stage that it's really about creating a bold vision. This is not about doing something that is, realistic. Even that word is a constraining word. It's a limiting word. It's basically somebody else's idea of what is or isn't possible for your life. Whereas what I'll do with somebody is I'll make sure that we let go of that idea. Realistic doesn't exist. Realistic is our own constraints on what we think is possible, and it's about letting go of that stuff. It's about allowing yourself to expand your vision. It's about allowing yourself to think much greater. The biggest difference between those people that have a massive impact in the world and those people that really don't have much impact in the world is their vision. It's their belief that, and they can see this great thing happening, and they can see how it's up to them to achieve that. It's up to them to accomplish that or take steps towards it. There was a good quote that I heard, that if you aim for the stars, you might hit the moon. So what that basically means is that if you make your vision impossible, and if you're looking to create the impossible, then if you get anywhere near it, then you're going to create something incredible. You're going to create miracles in the world. My vision prior to this year was very, very small. I was always thinking about paying my bills. I was always thinking about, getting to the end of the month. I was always thinking about, not getting in debt, and, thinking about what I was going to be eating, or was I exercising enough. I've gone from that place to a place now where my vision is about having freedom and income. My vision is about serving the world. My vision is about changing the world. It's about showing people that so much more is possible for them. It's about taking them on that journey. It's about me being as powerful as I can be in every moment of my life, so that I can have as much impact in the world as I want to. So through coaching, I have expanded my vision to being global. I see myself having a global impact. I see myself affecting millions. I actually had a dream not that long ago, and the words that came to me in this dream were that I would be one of the most influential human beings in history. And the meaning that I've taken from that is that, it's up to me to step up to the mark. I can't rely on other people in the world to do this. So if I see something that needs to change, then I need to do something about it. I need to start taking those steps. And if I want to create something incredible in the world and want to create miracles, then I have to come from that place. So I have to deal with my own insecurities. I have to deal with my own fears. I have to find a way so that when I show up in the world each day, I'm showing up with purpose and conviction. When we create a vision in a coaching conversation, my constant knowing, my constant belief is that so much more is possible for this person in front of me than I realize and they realize. And it's about keeping them and holding them in that space to say, and when limiting beliefs creep in, what we do is we look at, this is limiting you here. So let's just put that to one side and let's go back into this bold vision. So let's expand this vision, let's make it bigger. So if you achieve that, then what comes next? And if you achieve that, then what next? And if you do that, then what happens after that? And by going through this process, the vision gets bigger, and ultimately we suddenly realize that what we want to do in our lives is vast, but the reason that we're not doing it is because we've been constraining ourselves to such a small vision. A good metaphor that I like to use for this is what I would do in mountain biking or snowboarding. I learned a really powerful tool, and it was about me creating a vision of how something dangerous was going to happen, so that when I went to do it, I had mentally prepared myself. Like if you look at elite athletes, they'll always go through visualizations of stuff before they go and play or before they go and perform. And it's much like this in your life. You have to actively work on a vision. People say to me, oh yeah, I know where I'm going, but yet they're still so caught up in the day-to-day. So that tells me that it requires some effort, it requires some input to actually actively create a vision of where you want to go. And then once you've got this vision, and once you've got this visualization of how you want to perform, it's then about asking the question, who do I need to be to make this happen? Not what do I need to do, but who do I need to be? And ultimately, when we get to that point, a realization dawns that I need to be powerful. I need to be bold. I need to be scared. I need to wake up each day and take actions that terrify me. And it's not so much about whether you have or don't have fear. It's about taking action regardless. It's about waking up and thinking, I'm terrified of doing this, but you know what, I'm going to go and do it anyway. And so you have your vision, you think about who you need to be to realize that vision, and then you show up every day in that way. And you wake up in the morning and you set that intention to show up in that way in your life. And it means being bold. It means being scared, but yet taking actions anyway. And I tend to sort of use fear as a good barometer for me. It's a good measure of whether I'm doing something that's powerful or not. If I'm afraid, then the chances are that the action that I'm taking is a powerful action. Whereas if it's just all quite easy, then I'm probably not moving forward in my life as powerfully as I could. So think about, what's your vision? When did you last actively create and think about and really taste your vision? When did you really expand your vision? When did you last sort of take stock of what you really truly want in life and look to create that? And if this is something that really is of interest to you, then this is the kind of work that I would do as a coach. So this is the kind of work that you might do if you enter into this arena with a coach. So my suggestion to you is to find somebody to walk through this process with. It might be a friend, it might be a relative, it might be somebody else who's also trying to do something amazing in the world. And surround yourself by people that are doing amazing things, and then your perception of what is possible in your life will transform, and then your way of being in the world will transform, and ultimately what you create in the world will transform.